one more question because I wanted to get at I just always like to get people's thoughts on Atlanta music scene of where it's at, what they think is missing, what you want to add to it, how you just get your kind of feelings on local music.
I think it's dope, man. Our friends are dope as fuck. I think it's awesome.
It's real diverse. I believe more, like, especially, I know me and G, at least, are very hardcore Atlantans. Yeah. We are Southern. People can't tell from the music, so sometimes people will get around us and kind of go, and it's like, as interesting as our stuff sounds and as diverse as our stuff sounds, my music selection, if Waka Flocka comes on and we're in the club, I'm about to jam. Dude, it's like, don't get it, I really like Atlanta music. I think there's a place for everything, but, even when it comes to some of the, I guess, the more mainstream, the less creative Atlanta music, I still dig it sometimes, man. I'll still get down with it a little bit.
Sure.
I think we can have a broader representation.
Yeah.
I know, actually, when I go places, I get way too many, wow, you are intelligent. I hate that. I can't stand that. Like,
3-syllable words.
Yeah, seriously though, people don't expect that from us.
Absolutely.
And so, I think we could change the representation a little bit.
Well, you got it myself.
Sometimes, I completely agree with him. It's just like, because it's sometimes weird that, like, we know so many people who like, just like so many different forms of music that when we walk up into a place and it's like, we're Southern rappers, or we go somewhere else and then like up to New York and do some kind of open mic in New York, and they're like, y'all from Atlanta? Like, this is crazy. It's like, no, I know a bunch of incredible rappers in Atlanta. Like, I know a bunch of really good musicians in Atlanta. It's not just what you think it is. So, sometimes it's nice because you get that bit of a wow factor, because they're like, oh man, I was not expecting that. Like, but sometimes it is like, we're not all, like that, I guess,
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's both. I think, it's a Southern genre thing. I definitely think,
in all honesty.
Yeah, I think so.
Sometimes it's a black thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, we get on stage and they're like, what are they about to do? And then, like, we break out into the Black Keys and they're like, wait a second.
No. I think even the way we move, I don't think people, I think, for a while, our first few shows, everybody was like, you look like Black Elvis.
That was like a nickname for me.
He's going to cover LaRue? What do you mean he's going to cover LaRue?
So I think it's a bunch of stuff. I think people just like to fit stuff in boxes. So I think, we're from the South. We are rappers, and I think both of those things really make people think we're going to be something.
Mindful.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
Expectation.
Exactly. But representation.
Exactly.
Representation.
Like Ray, the Ray guy is like my electric guitarist usually. He's my guitarist on stage, and whenever I make mention of him while I'm speaking to somebody and I'm like, I had to do a show the other day and I was missing my electric guitarist, and they're like, electric guitarist, I thought you were a rapper. And they're like, it's like, no, I am, but I have, I have an electric guitarist with me, to liven it up a little, it's, so, sometimes it is, a genre thing, I guess, you were saying, sometimes, definitely.
That's cool, though, it makes sense.
Yeah.
The majority of they have shown to them is one thing. That's naturally what you're going to think it is. Mm-hmm. So, but representation, I feel like they could, Baby Baby's awesome, Leslie Mack's awesome, Ayo's awesome. Everybody, Toke's awesome, Trans Lee is awesome. everybody we know are dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just representation.
Earth Tone, can't forget
Earth Tone is awesome.
Yeah.
So I think that's really what it is. It's just which I think our generation is going to have a lot to say about that.
Yeah. I
think Atlanta in general, where it is as a city, is going to have a lot to say about that. I think it's growing into something that is bigger. You know what I'm saying? I think I think a lot of that is, you know, one side of our city, which is definitely a part of our city, but just not it, you know.
Completely, and I mean, I think kind of like that. It's like our generation is definitely gonna have something to say about that, because when you look at the people who are still in power, I mean, the people who are still in power are people who are sometimes a little older.